Nebraska used to be on top of the college football world and seemed unstoppable throughout the 70s, 80s, and 90s under head coach Tom Osborne. Unfortunately, since the turn of the century, they have failed to find the same type of success. Earlier this season, they fired head coach and former Nebraska quarterback Scott Frost after he failed to take the Cornhuskers to their expected heights the past few seasons. Cornhusker Nation is one of the most passionate fan bases in all of college football, and they hope they can find the right coach to bring the program back to its glory days. But who may that be? Stay tuned to find out. Nebraska is viewed by many head coaches as one of the top jobs in the nation. Former Ohio State head coach Urban Meyer told the media in September, Nebraska is an elite job. Nebraska has got historically one of the winningest programs, a great fan base, but they've been down. They have to figure out this recruiting piece. They have to get someone who understands that. The Cornhuskers have one of the greatest fan bases in the nation and a great setup when it comes to NIL. They also play in the Big Ten West, which is considered one of the weaker Power 5 divisions. With the right coach, the Cornhuskers could build something special, but who will that be? Answers may be coming sooner rather than later as we approach the end of the 2022 regular season this weekend. Athletic Director Trev Alberts has kept the answer close to his chest, but here are some of the possible candidates. Matt Rhule has been one of the hottest names linked to the Nebraska job and is viewed as the guy who could turn the struggling program around. Rhule rebuilt the Temple and Baylor programs and knows how to develop relationships with high school coaches. He also has experience playing in the Big Ten, playing at Penn State. He is coming off a rough time with the Carolina Panthers, going 11-27 there, but has a 47-43 record in college. Rhule could be a home run hire for Nebraska, but here's the problem. There have been some headlines recently that Rhule turned down the Nebraska job, and he may want to sit out a year or two from coaching. Rhule is due $40 million over the next 4 years per terms of his buyout with the Panthers. That total is reduced with his next job. Rhule could wait for his perfect situation. The question is, could the ball coach stand not being on the sidelines next season? Only Matt Rhule can answer that question. Jeff Monken has been the most interesting candidate when it comes to the Nebraska job and may even sound sort of out of left field. Let me start off by saying that Monken will probably not be bringing the triple option to wherever his next stop is. He has stated that in the past when he was rumored for other jobs. Bruce Feldman from The Athletic wrote earlier this week, that is Jeff Monken from Army. He has ties to Trev Alberts and Trev Alberts' son, who worked for the Army football program, I believe. Monken is widely respected in the coaching community and has won wherever he has gone. He turned the Army program around, making them a consistent winner over the years and has a 165 record overall. He also led Georgia Southern to 3 straight FCS playoff semifinals back in the day. He is from the Midwest and has recruited all over. Lance Leopold just signed a contract extension with Kansas yesterday, which may knock him out of the running. It either means he wants to stay at Kansas, or maybe the Cornhuskers never called their former assistant. With that being said, never say never when it comes to the coaching carousel. And if everything falls apart, maybe the Cornhuskers do come calling if they didn't. Leopold has won everywhere he has gone, whether it's the 6 Division III titles at Wisconsin Whitewater, or turning around both Buffalo and Kansas at the Division I level. He has a lot of experience coaching in Big Ten country and knows how to rebuild a program. Could Leopold be the right choice for Nebraska? My gut tells me now with the contract extension in Lawrence, that basically shuts the door on Nebraska. Gary Patterson is the former head coach at TCU and is a current member of the Texas coaching staff down in Austin. Patterson has a 181-79 record as a head coach, all with TCU, basically building the program into what it is today. After a 3-5 start last season, Patterson was fired, which surprised the college football world due to him being the second longest tenured head coach at the time. Patterson has since shut down any rumors that he was leaving Texas by taking to Twitter saying, "For all that care one way or another, I am committed to Sark and this staff to finish the journey. So please don't believe any reports otherwise. It will be interesting to watch how this saga ends." Chris Klieman is the current head coach at Kansas State and has won everywhere he has been. His coaching record between Kansas State and North Dakota State is 132, and he has won 4 national titles in 5 years while he was the head coach of the Bison. There has been a lot of smoke around his name throughout the process. When there's smoke, there's fire. He has the Wildcats sitting at 8-3 going into this weekend, and if they win, they will be playing in the conference title game. If that happens, he will not be available until December 3rd. Husker 24/7 writes, so Nebraska would forfeit a critical week of having a guy in place before the portal pops open on December 5th. Not to mention, you could think you have a deal with a guy, but it's not done until it's done. What if you wait out and everything changes? Everything about Klieman, the football coach, fits the appeal of this Husker hire. but the timing is suboptimal. Klieman has also a strong relationship with athletic director Gene Taylor. If Kansas State wins this weekend, I don't feel like Klieman will be leaving. Dave Doeren is the current head coach of NC State and has extensive experience coaching in the Midwest, serving as the defensive coordinator for Wisconsin, Kansas, and as a head coach of Northern Illinois in the past. Doeren has a career coaching record of 94-57 and has led NC State to a 71-53 record since 2013. He has been a name consistently linked to the job, and he has led the Wolfpack to 8 winning seasons in 10 years. Doeren is not the sexiest of choices, but is an established option. If he feels he has hit his ceiling at NC State, Nebraska may be the perfect landing spot for him. He knows how to build a winner and keep the program winning, which Nebraska needs. Bronco Mendenhall wants to jump back into coaching after stepping away after the 2021 regular season. Mendenhall has a 135-81 combined record between BYU and Virginia, with most of his success coming at BYU. Earlier this week, Husker 24/7 was told he was a name to keep a close eye on after not really being mentioned earlier in the search. The concern from some would be the 2 500 seasons in 2020 and 2021 before he stepped away. The 2021 squad struggled to stop the run, finishing last in the ACC within that stat. Granted, Virginia has not been able to get it going really ever, only having 2 9-win seasons since the turn of the century, one of which coming under Mendenhall when he led the Cavaliers to the Orange Bowl in 2019. Mendenhall is 56, and there could be concerns he may want to step away again, but if he does land a Cornhuskers head coaching job, it will be really interesting to watch. Mickey Joseph has told reporters that he has not talked to Trev Alberts about the job, and it kind of feels like the writing is on the wall that the program will go with another guy. If he were to get the chance, I think he could possibly build something special in Lincoln. He got thrown into a rough situation, and there was no way anyone was going to succeed in that job after the firing of Frost. Nebraska is 2-6 under Joseph, but was there really any expectation for him to turn around the Cornhuskers season? If Joseph is not the guy, the next head coach should try to keep him on the staff. Matt Campbell is in his early 40s and was linked to a bunch of the top jobs last coaching carousel. He has taken Iowa State to heights it has never seen this millennium. The 10-year period before Campbell got to Ames, the Cyclones had 1 winning season. Since his arrival, they have had 5 winning seasons and a program-tying record 9 wins in 2020. The Cyclones have taken a step back this season, dealing with what the Cornhuskers basically dealt with in 2021. Husker 24/7 writes, but Campbell is 4-7, and it might be a tough sell the way it's happening to a Husker fan base pretty tired of almost games. He might have a big surge ahead of him as a coach, but the timing of this losing season feels like a big blow to a guy that many would have considered in the top 3 when Scott Frost was fired. My gut tells me Campbell is not the guy walking the sidelines in Lincoln next season and will be back in Ames once again, where he seems extremely happy. Luke Fickell feels like the most unrealistic choice of all these coaches, but never say never during the college football silly season. Fickell checks all the boxes when it comes to what you are looking for in a Big Ten head coach. He recruits at a high level and has built the Bearcats program into something special. Since his first season at Cincinnati in 2016, they were 4-8. Since then, he's gone 11-2, 11-3, 9-1, 13-1, and is currently 9-2 for a program that made the college football playoffs last year and is headed to the Big 12 next year. Fickell has stated in the past that he would prefer to stay at Cincinnati and loves living in Ohio, so I doubt he leaves. What do you think? Who will be the next head coach of Nebraska? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out one of my other videos right here. Don't forget to leave a like and to subscribe for more college football content. Thank you so much for watching. I could not be more thankful for y'all. You guys make this all possible for me. And as always, remember to embrace the grind.